everyone, we're down here at Urbnsurf. I've got to thank the team at Beach Beat for sending me and Ari down, and also Lockie on the camera. We're in for some beautiful conditions, as you can see in the background. Thanks to the boys at Creatures for bringing us down for this. I'm excited to get in the water, and we're going to have a bit of a talk about some boards later. I had a surf earlier in the intermediate session, and I also took this board out in the advance for a bit of a go. This is a JS Big Baron 6'4" at 34.5 litres. Now, of course, it is a 20. A lot of people are riding the Big Barons back at home. I'm very impressed with this board for the intermediate session. Also, I feel it's going to be good in those advanced turn sessions if you're wanting to get out on that open face. It's a great board for guys wanting to learn how to do roundhouse cutbacks, definitely on this Urbnsurf wave. I was surfing the intermediate left, and it definitely gave me a good amount of opportunity to open up on that open face, doing nice wrapping turns. I definitely feel volume is the key at this joint, so that little bit of extra flotation for me, I'm not getting any lighter with this dad bod. It made a big difference out there, so I highly recommend the JS Big Baron. I think it's a good board for those intermediate sessions, and definitely intermediate to advanced surfers. All right, next board up, we are going to talk about the Channel Islands Bobby Quad. Now, I've been surfing this a little bit back home. As you can see, it's a quad, straight quad, Spine-Tech epoxy, and I'm sort of classing this as a bit more on that performance-based side. It's a performance fish, and I'll tell you what, it felt really good in that advanced session because it's a bit on the shorter side, meaning you're getting that lot more maneuverability in the pocket, so you're getting a lot more release where you need it. So Urbnsurf is definitely a bit different to the ocean. It has a little bit of a fat spot at the start, and then it starts to power off down the line, which this board allowed me to get a nice wrap in at the start and then start really getting aggressive with those turns. It went really good in the barrel. Definitely epoxy is a big benefit. This thing, 5'7", 32 litres, definitely once again carrying a bit more volume. It definitely will make a difference, and this is a winner for Urbnsurf waves. I can't talk highly enough of this board for those conditions out there. You won't regret having one of these in the quiver if you're coming to surf Urbnsurf all the way from the sunny coast. Next board on the lineup, a few crew might have already seen my clips before on the mashup out here. I found it, compared to say the Bobby Quad, it's a bit more drivey, so it gets a bit more speed, which means it does allow you to push it a little bit harder, whereas the Bobby Quad got a little bit more skate. So I actually think this is a better board for those intermediate guys that are wanting a performance board to come down to Urbnsurf. It's going to work on those intermediate waves, also the advanced, and even the expert in that barrel conditions. Same thing again, I'm running quads, reactor quads, so quite an upright fin, so you're getting a fair bit of pivot and release. I reckon this is a pretty good quiver, what we've got here, if you're doing a trip to Urbnsurf. I've probably over quivered for the conditions because we're only here for one day, but you've got to make the most of it and have options of boards. Just remember, the best surfer out there is the one having the most fun. And thanks to the Creatures crew for putting on this day and bringing us down.